What's the story, Wishbone? What's this you're dreaming of? Such big imagination on such a little bud. What's the story, Wishbone? Do you think it's worth a look? It kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book. Shake a leg now, Wishbone, let's wag another tail. Sniffing out adventure with Wishbone on the trail. Come on, Wishbone, what's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone?
Well, tonight's the big night. Weeks of rehearsal, and it all comes down to the first performance. I want to perform Shakespeare. I can just get the director to notice me.
Okay, everybody. We're gonna start the run-through as soon as possible.
I'm not ready.
You will be. I'm almost done, David.
Great, Miss Gilmore.
David, I don't think I can move in this costume.
We'll find out. That's what dress rehearsal's for.
We're almost ready, David. Demont, Curtis, help me finish this.
Your wish is our command, Mr. Stage Manager.
Thanks.
David, got to help me. I can't remember my first line.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I know everybody's lines.
Here, you're just a little nervous. Look at the script.
Got it. Thanks. David, I can't wear this.
I know the look is a little extreme, but she's playing Ariel, and Ariel is a sprite, a fairy, an unusual creature.
I can't go on in this costume. I look too weird.
Oh, I'll do it. I don't mind weird costumes.
Just give it a try, Amanda. If the costume gets in your way, then we'll fix it before the performance tonight.
I promise I can make any last-minute changes you want. The performer must feel comfortable.
Okay, I'll see.
And I'll be waiting in the wings. I know the part of Ariel like the back of my paw. Would you like to hear some lines? David? David.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Talbot. Hi, Mrs. Farrell.
Hey.
Thanks for coming to our dress rehearsal.
David, I am so proud of you. Directing such a difficult job, but you've pulled everybody together. In my 15 years as a drama teacher, this is the most ambitious project I've ever seen a student take on.
I'll say. And The Tempest by William Shakespeare is not an easy play to direct.
I just hope everything goes okay. Sometimes you have one idea in your head, and it doesn't turn out that way at all.
Well, it's going to be great.
Miss Gilmore, your costumes are fantastic. We really appreciate your dedication to the drama club year after year.
Thank you. It's a thrill for me to be able to help the actor realize the true expression of the character.
Okay, everybody, we need to get started. We don't have much time. Excuse me, can I have everybody's attention, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Director, sir.
We've been rehearsing for weeks, and now we've made it to our final dress rehearsal. Tonight we have our first show. This afternoon may be hard. All of the elements will come together for the first time. The lights, the costumes, the set. You may forget a line.
Oh, I can coach anybody on a line.
You may have a problem with your costume.
I can make any costume work.
There's a lot of things that may go wrong.
But the show must go on, and the dog must go on with the show!
But we all have to be patient. I promise everything's gonna be fine for tonight's performance.
I don't think he appreciates my talent.
Okay, let's concentrate on what happens at the beginning of the play.
I know this part!
Sam, you and Nate start us off with your characters, Miranda and Prospero.
As Prospero, I've been marooned on a strange island with my daughter Miranda for 12 years.
And as Miranda, I don't know anything about the world outside of the island.
Right. Before I got stuck on the island, I was the Duke of Milan. But my evil brother, Antonio, wanted to be Duke instead of me. He tried to have me killed, but Miranda and I escaped on a small ship. The ship was destroyed in a storm, and that's how we ended up on the island.
What else is important about Prospero?
Prospero knows how to do magic. He can do all kinds of tricks.
Tricks? Did he say tricks? I'm the king of tricks. So is William Shakespeare. He could work magic with words. The English playwright William Shakespeare wrote The Tempest sometime around 1611. The story begins with a storm, a tempest. Prospero watches the sky until the stars are right for his magic. Prospero knows that his evil brother Antonio is traveling by ship near his island. So he conjures up a storm to wreck his ship and force him and everyone else on the boat to wash up on the island. Prospero has to work fast. He knows that his magic will only last a few hours. Ah, the magic of the lights.
We need to start. Everybody take their places for the storm scene. And Sebastian, you should stand next to Antonio. Alonso, the king of Naples, and Ferdinand, his son. Okay, Joe, are we set for our tempest?
We're ready to go.
Great.
You know what? Maybe I'll just stay up here.
Wishbone, come on, clear the stage.
What? Okay, I'll just be right back here if anybody needs me. Just right backstage. Right here.
Okay. Lights fade to black. On my signal, start the storm. Now. From?
We decided to get creative.
Yeah, we wanted to add to the scene.
Well, you totally messed it up.
Come on, just a little joke.
We don't have time for jokes. Now we have to stop and clean this up. You've cost us important rehearsal time.
DeMont, Curtis, please remember I'm giving you extra credit in drama class for helping with the play. But if you're not helping, you're not getting the credit.
It's okay, Mrs. Farrell. I can handle it.
I'll get a mop.
Very funny, DeMont. Well, we've had a shipwreck, but nobody's drowned yet. Nobody drowned in Prospero's storm. In fact, nobody even got wet. He made sure everyone made it to the island. His evil brother, Antonio, Sebastian, and Alonso, the king. Ferdinand, the king's son, also washed up on shore. He was separated from the others, and he thought he was the only one who had survived the storm. It was all a part of Prospero's grand plan.
If by your art, my dearest father, you put the wild waters in this roar, allay them.
No more amazements. Tell thy piteous heart, there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one, of thee, my daughter.
Now still 'tis beating in my mind your reason for raising this sea storm.
No, thus far forth. By accident most strange. Bountiful fortune, now, my dear lady, hath brought mine enemies to this shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. Come away, servant. Come.
I am ready now. Approach my Ariel. Come.
Oh, hail, great master, grave sir, hail! I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding, task Ariel, and all his quality. Whew. Being a sprightly creature is exhausting.
My servant Ariel, the time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now, Moody? What is thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Do my next bidding. After 2 days, I'll discharge thee.
Ah, that's my noble master! What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
I quaint Ariel. Listen, hearken thine ear.
Prospero needed Ariel to help him with his plan. If his plan worked, everyone would get what they wanted. Ariel would get his freedom. Prospero would escape the island and get his dukedom back from his brother. And his daughter Miranda would fall in love and marry a prince. Prince Ferdinand, my master wants me to fetch you to him. I'll try an enchanted song. Hark, hark, bow, wow, the watchdogs bark.
In the air or the earth?
He can't see me, you know. I'm invisible. It's an old sprightly trick. Hark, hark, bow, wow, the watchdogs bark.
This music crept by me upon the water with its sweet air. Thence I followed it.
What is't? A spirit? He is a thing divine. For nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend. Oh, you wonder. Are you maid or no?
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
I think it's love at first sight.
They both are in either's powers.
Mm-hmm.
But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. Speak not you for him. He's a traitor.
David, I have to stop. I forgot. Why is Prospero trying to keep Miranda away from Ferdinand? I thought he wants him to fall in love.
He does, but he doesn't want it to be too easy for Ferdinand and Miranda. He wants to make sure they really love each other. So he tests them, remember?
Yeah, I do. I just got lost. Sorry. Nerves, I guess.
That's okay. Let's keep going.
Speak not you for him. He's a traitor.
It's your line, Samantha.
I know. Just let me think of it.
You're supposed to say, "Oh, dear Father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he is gentle and not fearful."
Amanda, why did you do that? I said I'd think of it.
Because I should be playing your part.
Amanda, relax.
And I've had it with this costume, David. I quit.
Not to worry, everyone. The understudy is here. I'll take over the part.
Great. What am I gonna do now?
Can I get someone from wardrobe to help me with this, please? Or makeup? Anyone at all? David! I can save this show! Just give me a chance.
David, I'm sorry. Amanda always gets to me.
It's not your fault, Sam.
I knew my lines. I don't know why I blew it.
You're just nervous. You'll be fine tonight. If there is a tonight.
David? I'm afraid I'm the cause of all this. It was my costume design that sent Amanda over the edge, but I can change it, David, if she'll just give me the chance.
Thanks, Miss Gilmore.
So does this mean the show's canceled?
What about our extra credit?
Yeah, David. Thanks for blowing our chance to get a decent grade in drama class.
Hey, guys, come on.
David's the director. He'll figure it out.
David, you're going to have to be as clever as Prospero. Prospero tested Ferdinand by making him work like a dog to prove his love for Miranda.
Alas, now pray you, work not so hard.
The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven. Oh, earth. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am your wife, if you will marry me. My husband, then?
Aye, with a heart as willing as bondage ere of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it.
I tell thee now that all thy vexations were but trials of thy love. And thou hast stood the test. And so, take my daughter.
I thank thee.
Ariel, thou shalt be free as mountain winds. But first, perform all points of my command.
Is it time to fetch your brother Antonio?
Yes, Spirit. Come, thou shalt surprise him.
Antonio, Sebastian, and the king had been wandering the island in search of Ferdinand.
Ferdinand is lost. Oh, thou, my son, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
We have lost your son, I fear, forever.
He is drowned, whom this we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny hath caused to belt you up onto this island. You fools, your swords are now too heavy for your strengths and will not be uplifted. And now remember, you proud nobles there, from Milan did supplant good Prospero, for which foul deed will cause thine hearts much sorrow.
Oh, it is monstrous! Monstrous!
Spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Oh, I think I've got them right where you want them, Master.
I've got to find Amanda, convince her to come back. Mrs. Farrell, will you take over while I'm gone?
Of course.
Mrs. Talbot, will you please read Ariel's lines from backstage so we can keep rehearsing?
I'd love to.
Wait a minute. Ellen gets to do the part? I demand an audition.
Okay, everybody, don't worry. It's gonna be fine.
There's an old saying in the theater that a bad dress rehearsal means a good opening night performance.
We ought to be great then.
I forgot my backpack and my normal clothes.
Amanda, we need to talk.
I made up my mind.
Look, we need you. Nobody else can play your part.
Except for the dog.
Well, I don't like my part anymore.
How can you say that? Ariel's one of the best parts ever. You're the spirit of magic and fun.
I don't feel very magical. I just feel nervous and ridiculous.
I can tone down the costume, Amanda, no problem.
You've worked too hard. We all have. You can't just walk away.
You're right. I can't.
So you're back in?
I'm in.
And I'm out of a job. I gotta get an agent.
Okay, everybody, let's go again. We don't have much time, so we'll fix your costume after rehearsal, okay?
Okay. Sam, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Amanda. We're both nervous.
Let's get started, everybody. We don't have much rehearsal time.
And soon it will be showtime. Everything will come together, just like Prospero's plan.
Now does my project gather to a head. Charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when first I raised the tempest. Bring me the king, my brother, and Sebastian.
I'll fetch them, sir.
The elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, weak ministers though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. And when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work my end upon their senses, that this airy charm is for. I'll break my staff. There stand you three, for you are spell-stopped.
Excuse me, people. Make a little room for the dog. I just love the opening night pep talk.
Well, this is it. I want to tell you that I think you're all really excellent. Somehow we've pulled it all together. And now we've got an audience ready to come in and see us make some magic. So, let's do it. Everybody break a leg, which in theater language means have a great show.
Everything finally came together for Prospero, too.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero. And you, my lords, were I so minded, I can prove you traitors. At this time, I will tell no tales.
'Tis well you're well. But we were wrecked upon your shore, and I have lost my dear son, Ferdinand.
I feel thy loss. For this day, too, my daughter did I lose. And yet am glad of the loss.
Thou art glad of it?
And so thou shouldst be, for in our loss have they found each other.
Oh! Oh, wonders!
Oh, most high miracle.
How many goodly creatures are there here? Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
Sir, I invite your highness to my cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night. And in the morn, I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples. Prepare the ship, dear Ariel, and into the elements be free. And fare thee well.
So I shall. And fare thee well, good master.
Now my charms are all o'erthrown. What strength I have's mine own. But release me from my bands.
With the help of your good hands, as you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.
a little applause for the understudy. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. You're a beautiful audience. Better late than never. Hey, come on, Joe. Feed an unemployed actor.
David, you did a wonderful job.
You sure did. How do you feel?
Relieved. A little sad.
Yes, there's always a little letdown after a performance.
Ah, yes, to quote The Tempest. Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits.
And are melted into air, into thin air.
And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces,
the solemn temples, the great globe itself.
Yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
And all the world's a stage for this dog. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. That's a line from The Tempest, written by one of the top dog playwrights of all time, William Shakespeare. Bringing Shakespeare plays and other great stories to life on TV is the job of the Wishbone writer. And the dreams of Wishbone writers come true each week on the screen.